Welcome back. In the last lesson, we were doing the front of the torso. And since the last lesson, I've gone in and I've refined some things. And I did that using reference that I've found on Google Images and Pinterest and various like reference books. And I suggest you do the same. This isn't perfect yet, but it's progressed a little bit. And the way I did that was I was working on the highest subdivision level with my clay buildup brush, just doing these really light strokes and building up and refining and smoothing. So in this lesson, we're going to go start working on the back. And one thing I'm noticing here is I feel like her lats are a little too wide, wider than I prefer. You can kind of see it here. So let's take the move tool for starters. Okay. And make it kind of big. We don't want to move this arm, so let's use the move topological tool. That's BMT, and that's only gonna move things that are connected topologically. Oop, don't want to do that. There we go. That's a little better. It's kind of more what I was looking for. Okay. So now run a little smooth over that. Let's go to a little bit lower subdivision. Let's go to 4. And we'll just mark out, actually no, let's go to 5. I'll just start marking out the main things on the back. So clay buildup brush. First thing, if you actually just follow these hips up, you can draw the edges of the scapula. Now keep in mind these scapula will rotate up, these shoulder blades will rotate up if the arm rotates up. So if the arm rotates up here, they'll actually start like kind of jutting out the side. But if we want just a general position for them, and we don't want to get too detailed, that works. Okay, so marking down the position of the scapula, back of our deltoid. Okay, and then there's a muscle trapezius, which I'll show you what it looks like here. It runs up the spine, connects in like right here, runs up like that, like in a kind of a triangle. I mean, I don't know if it's related, but it's like a trapezoid, especially up here. And it kind of runs, plugs into the arms right here, and then continues and runs up the back to create those 2 neck muscles that they're on the back of your neck, those kind of 2 long muscles that pop up. Those are actually another muscle, but they kind of connect in with the trapezius, so it's kind of the same form. And then right here, maybe even a little bit higher than that, is the 7th vertebra, which is kind of this vertebra that pops out, and it's one of the areas where you usually could see a little bump from the spine coming out. Okay, so these shoulder blades are right here, and then the muscle, there's a bunch of muscles here like teres major, rhomboids, that kind of control the arms moving back, and they're all kind of a mass, and they continue down like this, so you can almost just kind of feather out this muscle into the back, the rest of the back. Okay, if you start from the armpit, actually from about right here, from the crook formed by the armpit and draw it down, that's the lats, latissimus dorsi. And they're big muscles. They're the kind of the big wing muscles that you see on bodybuilders. They connect in like that. And they kind of feather out as well. Again, you don't want to like super define a lot of these muscles unless you're doing like a female bodybuilder, but we're doing like a kind of a thief character, assassin character. So we're going to end up blending a lot of these together. And right here, we got our sacrospinalis, which is two long muscles that run all the way up the back, all the way into the neck. So from the sacrum, the tailbone, all the way up the spine to the neck. So you can mark those in like that. Okay. The butt muscle is gluteus maximus. The maximus are the big ones. The medius are the medium-sized ones, I guess. I don't know. They're right here. And remember, we had our iliac crest, which is the edge of the hip bone, which goes right here. And we can continue that iliac crest down to here. And this is where those muscles attach. So as you're drawing, continue to kind of follow the forms. Okay, and here's like a cool little thing that happens. There's like a heart, kind of a heart shape that's formed right here. The heart shape is going to be kind of like this. I don't know if you can follow that, but yeah, there you go. So there's the back of the lats, the love handles, right here, because they continue all the way across the back. And then here's your iliac crest, and here's your sacrospinalis, and then in the middle here, where all three of those kind of meet up, there's those little dimples that you see on the back. Those might need to be a little bit lower. But that's essentially the structure. So now that we have the structure in place, what you want to do is go, get a good piece of reference and just start really smoothing, refining, and making sure that go from every angle and make sure that all this stuff looks correct, matches your reference. I'm just going to kind of keep working on it, and we want a little more definition right there. And that's what those are the creases that you'll see. You want to rotate around these and make sure that they're looking correct shape, kind of rounded from every angle. I feel like this might be this is dipped in too much. And that's partially because I added so much mass to it, but you could take the move tool and kind of pull it out a little bit. Okay. Clay buildup tool. So you can see all those marks we made are kind of lost, but they're still kind of there. In spirit. So you can make her back as defined as you want. You know, I'm kind of thinking it doesn't need to get too crazy because she's probably going to have some sort of cape on back here. You can kind of keep following along. This is the most prominent thing you're going to see on a back. Like probably the biggest landmark is just the shoulder blades. And I might want to even move them in a little closer. That's the top of the shoulder blades. Should form like a little platform here. Okay. So if you've been following along, this is in a decent place. Here's the lats. Should be kind of protruding out a little bit. Oh, sorry, the lats and the obliques here. Okay, so you can find a good piece of reference and keep refining those until you get it to a point where you're really happy with it. In the next lesson, we'll continue down the legs. Thanks for watching.